Alright, I know I'm a couple weeks late, but I just saw Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, or as I like to call it, Dead Reckoning Part 2, and I have some thoughts about the film. My first thought is that this is a good movie, honestly. I think it's significantly better than the last one, and it's probably in the top 3 or 4 Mission Impossible movies. It's definitely the top half, and I am very glad I saw this movie on the big screen before it left theaters. There are a couple of specific things I want to talk about this film, and the first one is the intro. This movie has a 20-minute intro maybe, before you see the credits roll, and it's basically trying to catch you up on every single Mission Impossible movie, just in case you haven't seen them. And it's trying to jam-pack a bunch of information and connect all these movies so that this movie kind of links them all together. And it kind of works. I don't think it needed to be that long. As somebody who has seen all the movies, I kind of thought it was a waste of time. It was a little bit of a nostalgic hit, but it's kind of a waste of 20 minutes of film time if you ask me. Something else this movie does that actually annoys me. It continuously says things like, "This is the final mission. This is the last reckoning. This is your final mission for you to stop the end of the world. All of everything you've done so far in the 20 years has come to this. Everything you've done in these missions, every friend you've made, everything you've ever done, Tom, is leading to this movie." It does that like 6 or 7 times throughout this film. It might even do it more. I just kind of roll my eyes every time. It's like, I get it. It's the final reckoning. It's the last movie. I get it. If you said that once, maybe twice, cool. But like, there's like a 2 hours and 15 into this movie. It's like, this is the final mission, final reckoning. I was like, Jesus, shut the fuck up about that. It's pretty annoying. The directing is great. Christopher McQuarrie comes back to finish off the series. He started at Mission Impossible 5 and he's been directing every single one since. And me, like everybody else, I think Fallout was his best work. I think Fallout might be the best of the whole series, but this might be his second best. Like, this movie is good. There's 2 scenes in particular. The one involving a submarine, which wasn't really shown in the trailers, thank God, because that was a hell of a scene. And then the plane chase scene in the end that they did show in the trailer. Ooh, I don't know how much of that was real, but my God, that was a great scene. If all those stunts were indeed real stunts, and Tom Cruise was doing most of them, bravo, Tom. I don't think you outdone yourself, but you were right there with your best stunts of the series. And obviously Tom Cruise does good in this movie. I feel like these don't really challenge him as an actor. He's been playing the same character, Ethan Hunt, for 8 movies. It's kind of a one-note character. Haley Atwell was good, Simon Pegg was good, all the cast was good. The one that did stand out to me, probably because I just watched Severance, was Tramell Tillman. If you don't recognize him, he was Mr. Milchick in Severance. But he played a submarine captain in this film and stole the scenes that he was in. And he wasn't even like overacting, he just had a presence to him and like a coolness to him. Played a great character, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm so glad he was in this movie. The villain, Gabriel, he was the same villain from the last one. I really didn't care for the villain at all. He was kind of a backseat character. When he was on screen, he wasn't really menacing. He tried to be menacing. Maybe that was the actor's fault, maybe it was the writer's fault, maybe it was both. Just wasn't really my jam. And the AI superpower that was the villain of this film, kind of cliche. Although it is much more relatable now, especially given the current events. Like, this movie is about an AI that's going to nuke the world. And right now we have a bunch of AI and possible nukes in the world, so this movie is super modern. It's more relatable than Mission Impossible has ever been, if you ask me, even though it does feel a little generic. The music is great, as it's always been. The camera work is fantastic, and it's been fantastic since the 4th film. Obviously the stunts were amazing. The runtime was a little too long. This is a 2 hour and 50-minute movie. I already mentioned the 20-minute intro. This movie could have used about 30 minutes off of it. Could have shaved 30 minutes off, no problem. And as much as a fan as I am of the series, I hope that this one is the last one, at least for a while. They've been cranking these suckers out since the late 90s, one every couple of years, and they've pretty much only gotten better, with the exception of maybe the last few. But the last few are still good. But this one does end on a pretty high note. I won't say which, but a couple characters are no longer with us. And I genuinely think Tom Cruise should be done with this series. Like, this is a nice cherry on top to the Mission Impossible series. And they didn't ruin it. In fact, they actually did a good job. Though they didn't end on the highest note, like if they ended on Mission Impossible 6, that would have been great. But still, high note to end on. Personally, I would give this movie a 7 out of 10. And if it was legitimately 30 minutes shorter with a couple of changes in writing, it would be like an 8 or 9 out of 10. But as it stands, it's a 7 out of 10. Great action, cinematography, set pieces, acting. Just drags a little too long and has some clunky writing. If you guys have seen Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, let me know what you thought of it down below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want. Catch y'all later.